Good morning. I'm very happy to be delivering hopeful news and great news here this morning for the state of Washington.
The governor says Washington is ready to go. Pfizer's vaccine is being shipped out now and will arrive on Monday. Frontline healthcare workers and long-term care residents get the initial doses as soon as Tuesday. Inslee says he's been critical at times of the federal response to the pandemic.
It's just really a happy event that we can say that the FDA, the CDC did their job in this case without political intrusion into the scientific decision-making.
Washington, joined by Oregon, California, and Nevada, did their own evaluation of the vaccine as well. And the Western States Scientific Safety Review confirmed that the vaccine is safe and effective.
There are side effects associated with this vaccine, as there are with any other. The ones that we saw in the studies were transient, and they're comparable to the side effects that we see after administration of many other currently licensed vaccines.
The preventative medicine is coming on board as COVID-19 activity is at its highest in Washington, according to the state's top doctor.
As of this morning, there are more than 1,000 Washington residents with COVID-19 in our hospitals. Our hospitals are stressed taking care of patients with and without COVID, and our healthcare workers are exhausted.
The initial shipment to Washington is 62,000 doses. It will be sent to 40 facilities in 29 counties, one pharmacy that serves long-term care facilities across the state, 2 tribal nations, and an urban Indian health facility. As many as 222,000 doses should be delivered by the end of the month. Peace Health Southwest Washington Medical Center is expecting about 4,000 doses to start. Its most at-risk healthcare workers will be eligible for inoculation, but the hospital will also distribute the vaccine to other frontline workers and long-term care centers in Southwest Washington. Legacy Salmon Creek Medical Center is treating 27 COVID-19 patients right now. It will also be getting the vaccine to its most at-risk workers. The governor praised residents for helping Washington have one of the lowest infection rates in the country right now and asked them to continue the fight by getting the vaccine when it's their turn.
And we are relying upon Washingtonians' commitment to following science and truth, and the truth is in the science.
Tim Gordon, KGW News.